Okay, guys, just I might get in early with the preview for Wednesday night. Smallish fields, the norm for the night. To be expected with had a couple of meetings sort of during the week, which sort of obviously tends to cannibalise the field sizes. So, the moment soft six, rail out 4 metres the entire. So you'd imagine should play quite fairly. Soft six weather is actually pretty good today, which is Tuesday, but the forecast for Wednesday is atrocious. I think they've declared 100% chance of rain and gale force winds, so might be interesting. So anyway, the first, and as usual, the first race has a big field, which seems to be a directive and obviously makes sense because it tends to be the one that has the most turnover. And it's a very good race as well. Tricky one to sort out. You've got Nunavac, who's always had big raps on him. He's been nominated and scratched a couple of times, so you've got to have a slight query where he's at, but he is the one you keep coming back to. Fragment, I think it's started favourite every start as well. 2 first up runs and won both of them. Always looked to me like a bit more of a 1400 metre horse, but have to respect that record. C-Jam, I think it's had 14, what's its Launceston record? We'll just have a quick look there. Track 13 starts for 12 placings. And obviously you've got a number of other well-performed horses. Charlemagne's Girl's going well. Old Mate Key Samur caught the eye last time, still down. Obviously even the by the pound boxed on okay last time as well. So yeah, and Long One's last start winner. So just when we go through them, obviously huge respect for Nunavac, but I just think given the record at the track with the 2 kilo claim, CGM draws well, comes in with 53.5. She's probably the one. As he tends to find one better regularly, so hopefully if you just have something each way, probably more place than win, might be the safest way to go in race 1. Race 2's for the maidens over 1200. Tricky little race as well. We might just got it open here. You've got little Pumbaa first up. Impressive winner of a trial at Longford the other day. Have a look, Bunker Star and Vela Grande both came out and run well subsequently. Bolted in, it actually led in its trial. Actually led at the previous trial, so you'd imagine from the good gate it'll be taking up the front. Woohoo's one who draws the outside gate. Got taken out into inferior ground last time, so the run was actually a lot better than it looks on paper, but it is a 19 start maiden. Mookcat was in that same race, actually beat Woohoo home, but probably had a few more favours in the run. Anastasia's probably the interesting one. It's been nominated a few times and been scratched. Draws barrier 1 to obviously trail Little Pumbaa if it leads. In Victorian form wasn't terrible, hasn't trialled here, but obviously bears watching. And Fontaine Harry's another one who was pretty good at the trials. So, but the one I'm settling on and quite happy to back despite the outside gates Woohoo, we might just go have a quick look at the replay. So, draws wide again here. Always wish they'd start these replays just as they jump, but anyway. So see we've got 33 seconds in and they've jumped. So got the red and yellow colours out wide here. You can see it's jumped okay, put itself in a position. It's in a beautiful spot here now. And we'll just go forward a little bit. So you can see here, it almost looks like travelling like the winner here almost. And the horse in front of it takes it. I don't think it's his intention to. I think it's Jason Maskell doesn't want to go wide here, but virtually gets taken there by the favourite. And this ground out here all night was virtually a no-go zone. So you can see that the rail horses these horses here were virtually in front of them 300 metres ago, and they've lost 3 lengths going wide. So, and he's boxed on clearly the best of the outside brigade. And here's McCat up on the inside there. So, happy to be on. As I said, like, the run definitely wasn't as bad as it appeared last time. Whilst it's drawn the outside gate, still happy to be on. So we'll make race 2 number 6 Woohoo, one that we're half keen on. So race 3, 1400 metres. Got Newts, who I think he's started favourite his last 3 or 4 starts as well. So been beaten favourite at 240, 230 and 250. Had no luck at all last time, so obviously forgive that. Island Pirate ran well last time. GG Black Prince, obviously he's a class horse of the race. Expect big things from him this time in, actually, especially over the longer trips. Specialist was okay last time, and Pistol Jack's never far away, and even Mr. America, the old King Island galloper, ran a couple of eye catches last time in work. But Black Prince is the one that I keep coming back to. Like 1400 first up. He had a trial the other day and hit the line very well. He actually won the size produce over this trip last time, so we might just go and have a quick look at that. He hasn't got brilliant speed, but he just keeps finding the line. So, and he beat the classy GG's Lynette in this race. So,
light is on.
Like, he's going to get back here. He's here second last on the outside, so back to last. You see, he's the widest horse now, and you can see he doesn't travel into the race. He sort of hits a flat spot, but you just know he keeps coming and coming. And here's GG's Lynette, who bolted in first up on Sunday. You can see, like, he's under the whip going, not under the whip, but hard ridden going nowhere. Couple on his tail. And he just goes bang. You can see, like, he's obviously going to be very good over longer trips. Like, he's bred to get a trip. Half brother to GG's Black Flash as well by Americane. So, I expect really big things from him this time in. And whilst it makes sense that they're not going to bust him first up and probably ride him cold with an eye to longer trips, I just think he's probably too good for them. So, so GG Black Prince in race number 3. The fourth, found this run very tricky to sort out. You've got probably the two that bring the form into the race in Shavita and Array of Hope that come out of a race that I've got huge doubts over the form out of. You can see here they're in the last 853.58, which even allowing for the heavy 10 was still like 2 seconds slower than average for the night. So, you don't want to be jumping into short odds either of them, but there's not too much form to recommend. Like, French Connection had good form last time in, but definitely didn't have it handle the heavy track last time if any rain comes. Kasuku was one in that first replay we showed, actually hit the line very well over 1200, so 1400's definitely going to suit. So, even Nita Margarita wasn't terrible on debut either. So either was Snippety Cat, it was out in that inferior ground as well. So if Woohoo races well in race 2, horses like Snippety Cat might be one at a bit of value, worth a couple of bucks. But forced to pick one, I'd probably pick Kasuku. I've got zero confidence in this race. So, we might just have a little interest bet. The fifth, this is very tricky as well. You've probably got the top 4, like Speed Nova won that race that I was talking to, where they ran home in 53.58, but Trevor like the winner the entire race. Argolite's resuming without a trial, but form last time he was definitely good enough to win this. Farewell Angelina, another one definitely can figure here. GG's Rich Ruby. Forced to pick a couple, I'll probably narrow it down between 2 and 4. Any money comes for Argolite might be the one. The other one as well here is Forever. It's 2 runs since a spell have been terrible, but still remember, like, with GG Black Prince, Words in Motion was backed off the map and bolted in at Launceston, sort of, it's only, 6-7 months ago. So, and this is a very winnable race, so definitely pay to keep it safe as well. But another tricky little race, Argolite, forced to pick one. 6th over the staying trip. King's Clear, obviously 4 seconds in a row. This is definitely the weakest race it struck. So the only issue with him is that even though he ran second last time, it's clear that he didn't handle the heavy track 1 inch. So if the rain comes, you don't want to be on. Chief Navigator, obviously he started, I think it was a mile race first up he started in, and ran third, handled the heavy okay. And so Akbar J has always run on and given the impression that could handle the trip. So, 59 kilos over this trip. Yeah, but definitely in the mix. Yeah, as I said, I'm really struggling here. They're always tricky, these races, without too much form. 2100 maiden C1. Fancy Dan's. Another one gives you the impression it'll stay all day. And Pink Eyes Pride wasn't too bad over this trip last time. So, forced to pick one, I'd go with King's Clear. But if any rain comes and the track deteriorates, I definitely wouldn't want to be on. So, yeah, we'll leave that one there. And the 7th, Gallowgate was well tried at odds last time and bolted in. Record at the track's pretty good. You can see place 10 or 15. With the claim, gets in, even though it's sort of a little bit tougher, still sort of not weighted badly at all. Rougeau is okay in a race that didn't suit back markers last time. Miss Bluegrass in the mix. Cosmic Angel was pretty good on Sunday. Not sure if she'll back up or not, but yeah, Gallowgate's the one. Probably not going to be too much value, but you know what you're going to get. Race handy, and it'll be there to get run down. So, forced to pick one. As you can see, late in the card, I'm not overly confident. And the last, you can make cases for all 6 of these. Agree to won both starts since a spell, since arriving in Tassie. Both narrowly, but Orange River's come out of the last race and since bolted in. There's not too much speed at all in this race. Most of them are get back run on horses, so he's going to be, from my speed map, probably got Vengeance of Fury leading, and Agreed to probably camped outside. GG Sun Valley probably racing a lot handier than last time as well. For that reason, I know I'm probably leader of the fan club, but Vengeance of Fury, if he manages to lead and get left alone, first go at 1400. If he gets a soft lead, the extra distance mightn't be such an issue. So he might be silly odds in a small field, given how the raceway will map. So might have something on Vengeance of Fury in the last as a bit of a spec bet based on a speed map thing, hoping he gets a soft lead. So anyway, that's it. There's not, as you can probably tell, I'm not brimming with confidence for the meeting, but if we're forced to pick the ones we like, so in the second, I'm very happy to back Woohoo, despite the wide gate, and obviously got good respect for the trial final Little Pumba, which has held up okay and is probably going to lead. So, but yeah, happy to, still very happy to back Woohoo. And just think on class, GG Black Prince, even though, as I mentioned, he's probably got bigger fish to fry down the track and they're not going to ride his ears off to stay in touch. I just think he's got too much class for them late. So I think the winner probably comes out of him or Newts in the race. So happy to back him, and at a bit of value, Vengeance of Fury in the last race. So we'll just run through them. First race, forced to pick one. C-Jam more place than win, but very tough race. Races 2 and 3 were obviously gone through. The fifth, Argolite, bit on spec, first up without a trial, so not too confident. Kingsclear, similar if the rains don't come. And Gallowgate probably makes his own luck a bit, so yeah, so probably looking for a third one to back. I'd throw him out, so Gallowgate. So anyway, guys, that's the wrap of the card. So anyway, we will leave it there. But so as you can see, I've maybe best bet a 19 start maiden, and the other one a horse I know's this isn't his grand final. So yeah, so we won't be busting the bank, but hopefully we've found a couple. And until next time, we'll leave it there.